G'day and welcome to Aussie Vision. I'm Dale and I'm joined by my esteemed colleagues from the Aussie Vision team, Kyriakos, Mike, and Liv. We are going to be talking about all things Australia Decides now that we have all 11 songs out. Let's talk about the 11 songs. What are our feelings about the overall lineup? What's the national fifth final feeling like? Liv, let's start with you. What do you think?
Like, honestly, when they were being dribbled out, I was a little bit like, what's going on here? But then when we had the whole context of the 11 and you could sort of like feel and breathe them all together, I was like, yes, I like the range, like the spread, very satisfied with this banquet that we've been given.
Yeah, look, I'm going to concur with that as well. I will say, as they were dribbling out, I was a little, oh, geez, what's happening? But then when you see them all in context, it does come across as a cohesive show. You can imagine this being all performed on the night. So, yeah, really positive about the various genres we have.
Yeah, and with genres, like we do have a few ballads, but we have different types of ballads. We have vulnerable, raw, even a camp ballad. And we have a few pop entries and even have prog, metal, electronica as well, which we haven't had before.
Yeah, I think I love that you've said that about the ballads, because I think the one thing that is coming up a little bit is like, oh, is it a ballad heavy year? And I think we got a lot of ballads early. But as we sort of say, as we've got a few more things in, like the Andrew Lambrus, we've got Pauline, we've got Sean Miley Moore, we've got G-Nation. That's four, and even Erica Padilla is not like it's like a gospel kind of like upbeat ballady kind of thing. The camp ballad, who are you referring to there?
Oh, it's Jude York's, just like a big.
You think that's camp?
Yeah.
It's kind of Disney-esque, I guess. Yeah,
Disney-esque, yeah.
But also, yeah, I agree with you, Liv. The banquet is a good way of putting it. It's a good lot of genres there. All right, so we like the lineup. We got 11 songs. We got to have some contenders jumping out here, I think. I feel like there's a few. Kyriakos, who do you reckon is jumping out as at the top of the pack?
Looking at things online and just the feel of it, it does seem a little bit of a three-horse race with possibly Jaguar, Voyager, and Sheldon. Also, Andrew has a big following online as well, so he's got a lot of good comments about his song as well. So, but I'm seeing those three jumping out at the moment.
Yeah, look, I'll concur. They seem to be the three front runners at this stage, don't they? Always hard to tell. The domestic sort of general audience will have their say, and we might see something jump from the pack. The general chit chat is about those three. I'm going to throw in Charlie as well. I think she's probably hovering around that edge of the pack as well.
Yeah, I will say that I think this is going to be a big televote year. I can imagine a lot of jury on all four of those songs that have been mentioned. Maybe not so much for one or two of them, but I could imagine the televote could really be a clincher here to sift them apart.
Who out of those ones, Liv, you referred there, who do you think may struggle out of the juries that are the front runners?
Probably maybe Voyager was the one that I was thinking was dropping down there a little bit. Juries can be a bit hot and cold with rock, and we've not really seen much or any of it at Oz Decides, so it's going to be hard to see which way the wind will blow on that one.
Yeah, it's a question mark, is that because I always feel like, if Jaguar and Sheldon do a good job, it's going to do well with the jury. Like, it's just jury friendly. Voyager, even if they do really well, it's a question mark. It is a question mark about how that would go. So, yeah, it is interesting. I definitely think it's a three-horse race. I really cannot see any other song winning. I think there's a lot of songs that could do well and could get into the top three, but of actual winning chances, I think whoever does the best live out of those three could win. But the Voyager is definitely the question mark as well. So it's reminding me a lot of 2019. And even I felt 2020, like Casey jumped from the pack out of nowhere, but I don't feel anyone's got that potential to do it. I think they're all great songs and great artists, but I think we've got the Kate versus Shepherd versus Electric Field situation with very different types of songs. And basically on the night, whoever had the best live and the best staging won that. And for TV, and that was Kate, and someone's going to do it this year.
I'm going to have to disagree with you a little bit there, Dan.
Oh, okay, all right.
So with the Casey Donovan factor, it could be Pauline. Everyone's knows her, In terms of the public vote, televote here, and she's going to give a smashing performance. And there's a bit of nostalgia there from Australian Idol days as well. So yeah.
Well, like, jury, okay, come on, jury score, Kyriakos. How's this going to do with the jury? I mean, I love the Paulini song, don't get me wrong, but how's this going to do with the juries?
We're going to have to wait and see. Paulini does have a great voice, and she has great vocals.
All right, fair enough. Anyone?
I will say, Kyriakos, I think there are more jury-friendly songs this year than not jury-friendly songs.
Yeah, I'll pick up on that point as well. I can imagine the jury vote being fairly close with a lot of things. You've got a lot of these fantastic ballads, although they are different in flavour, they will appeal to different jurors. So I think we will see a pretty clumped jury vote. So that televote becomes very, very important. That's where someone like a Paulini may jump up and snatch one of the top spots. The top spot's a big call. And that's, I agree with Liv. The jury will be close.
And the televote, we have the voice factor in there as well. We've got a lot of the voice contestants, G-Nation, Sheldon, Sean. Yeah, people know them. People are going to watch the show to see them.
Okay, well, on that topic, let's go one wild card each. So someone that could jump from the pack, who could spring a surprise. It could be jury, it could be televote. And let's start this time with Michael.
I guess one I would say is a bit of a wild card for me is probably Andrew Lambrou. It is a completely different package that anyone else will be delivering. If it comes across well with choreography, etc., and he puts on a show, I think this could leap a lot further than people think.
I'm going to have to agree with Andrew as well, but I'm going to throw another name out there, Erica. When her song came out, I was shocked. It's a very nice song. Her vocals are really good. And I can't wait to see how that translates with the Australian audience.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards maybe, if I had to throw in another name, Jude York. That song is just pure poetry, really, but in, musical form. And I could imagine the jury's potentially really, really liking it, and there also being a potential televote audience because it is quite a unique song in the group as well.
Well, you stole my one there, Liv, and everybody else did too. I mean, obviously, Paulini televote. I think there's a Charlie with jury. We mentioned that previous conversation. The other one, and we're throwing everyone in the mix here. Other one on jury, Isaiah and Evie Irie. That is such a commercial song. It's going to be very simply performed, I think, from what they were saying, but that could work really well. And I could see the juries really liking that. I don't think it's going to do well with the televote, not because they're not great artists. It's just probably not going to be the song that grabs you when there's so many other big things happening that night. But I think the juries could go for that. This is commercial. It's the one song on there I would hear on FM radio right now. All right. Well, that's the case. Okay. Well, look, I mean, this is all with the studio, right? We've got so much more to go. We're obviously going to see the lives next week on the Gold Coast. Hopefully we will all sit down and see the jury show together on the Friday night. And that's normally when we can pick a winner. So make sure you tune in, follow us what we're doing, and we'll bring you all the best from the Gold Coast. But thanks, team. And looking forward to the next week. Catch you later.
See ya.
See ya.